This conference will now be recorded.
Hi everyone, thanks for joining the demo session. Um, so I request you to add your name who has joined today. I see some of the new names today. So if this is your first session, then I request you to give your name and WhatsApp number in the chat so that our team will connect with you for the Azure related document sharing and other things. So we will take 2 more minutes for that. So you can ping your contact name and the WhatsApp number in the meeting chat. Then we will start our today's session. So people who have already shared it, no issues. Like if this is your first session, I request you to provide your details in the chat. It will be helpful if you can share your WhatsApp number. Thank you. Let me repeat, whoever is joining for the very first time this demo session, I request you to provide your name and contact number, the WhatsApp number in the chat, the meeting chat. Our support team will connect with you for sharing the Azure related documents, the course related informations. This is only for the people who has joined today. Yesterday, if you have given your detail, thank you. So whoever is joining today, I request you to give your information in the chat. Okay. So 2 minutes is passed. So let's start our today's session. So let me give a recap about yesterday's session. I hope you got an opportunity to see the recorded version because, as I mentioned yesterday, all our sessions are recorded and on a daily basis, like whatever we are communicating, right? It's the training sessions. It's all recorded and it will be shared in the WhatsApp group. A playlist will be created, so once the registration process and all these things are all over, then a dedicated group will be created for the paid users, and in that group, a playlist will be created, and your email ID will be added in the playlist. You will be authorized to view it, all the recorded version. So day wise, you will receive it like. Every day it's 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. IST. The training would be from Monday to Friday. So the very next day morning, you will be receiving your previous day recorded version. So that if in case if you miss anything, if you're not able to attend the previous day session, you can very well see the recorded version and you can clarify your things. If there are any issue or any queries, you can ask in the next session itself. The very next day, you can ask in the training session. If in case you missed it, yes, we have a WhatsApp group created for the batch wise things would be there. So in that group, you can very well ask your queries and I'll be answering you. So this is a overall communication mode, and as I mentioned, it's a 45 hours training, and the course details are all available in our site. So you can very well visit our site, and in the WhatsApp group also, team is circulating the link to view the course content. So you can refer the course content, like what are the topics we'll be covering. So it is mainly created by keeping the market trend in mind, and the all other aspect, like if you're planning for a certification or interview cracking, or to support your existing job related aspects. So by keeping all these things, we are covering all the hot topics related to Azure and Azure DevOps. Okay, so if you're interested, if you're planning to take this training, I would request you to connect with Kumar. The contact detail is displaying in the screen, that is 801 995 2427. So this is a contact number. You can approach him for the further details. So with no delay, let me get on to the our regular topics, because as I committed already, I'll be clarifying you the informations related to the cloud. So first we will understand what is cloud, then we will be stepping on to the all other aspects. So by taking that into note, the very first topic which you are going to cover is on premises. You can ask me, like you said, like cloud, right? So why you are covering on premises? Because so many years we are following something, all of a sudden you are jumping into a new approach. Okay, the cloud era, there should be some reason, right, to switch to a cloud. So first do some analysis why people are rushing towards cloud. So obviously there should be some challenge, right, in the existing. That's why we are going for a new approach. So let's discuss what are those things. Okay. So again, I'm reiterating to the new joinees. I've seen few people are joined now. So please ping your contact information, that is your name and the WhatsApp number in the chat for our team to connect with you to share the Azure related contents and details. So I request you to ping it in the meetings chat, this go to meeting chat. Please ping your WhatsApp number and contact name. Okay, that will be helpful for our team to proceed. So first thing, on premises. Okay, so even before jumping all those things, let's have some formal discussion. Why I need an on premises? Why I need cloud? Okay, say for example, you are interested in some business, like you are doing a job so far, but you feel that I want to become a business, like I want to start one business, I want to become a businessman. So what you thought, like already in the IT field, why can't I start a business related to that? So what you did is you're planning for a online shopping app. So you feel that let me create one online shopping app. By using this app, I will do my business. So this is your thought process. So you're planning to start your business. So when you want to start your business, the very first thing coming to your mind is, so you need a website. So the website creation, you took help from your friends and you started a website creation and all. So you develop the code, like it can be any of the famous technology or programming language you have chosen. You created one nice application. Okay, so the application is created, but somewhere this application needs to be installed. Then only you can expose that URL to your end user, right? So basically, what you want, need one environment. Okay, so same thing. Like yesterday, I was talking about the video games, right? So you have a video game purchased, and those days I just want to recollect those days, like you will have a CD or you will have a pen drive. So in that you will have all those details, your games app, everything would be there, and that you will install in your desktop or laptop. Nowadays it just changed, like you have everything in your app store or a play store. So basically you need a place where you can install your software. So that we call it as infrastructure. You need the infrastructure to install your application, to install your software. So basically you need a underlying infrastructure. This is very first thing you need it. So you purchase to one infrastructure. I'm not taking you into the cloud concept now, just I'm talking in a normal regular way. Like you bought one desktop or any other laptop and you deployed your application. Just for a discussion, I'm taking a laptop and desktop itself for the initial example. Okay, I'm not going into the web layer, app layer concept and all. It's just some software you're installing. Once you install it, you have created a website, online shopping app. So obviously, what and all you need? You need the details about the product. You need the details about the seller. So somewhere you have to keep these details, right? Ideally, in the IT field, we have something called database. We will use it, storage and all. We will use it. But we are talking a simple example, right? Let's take it as a normal Excel. So in your MS Excel, you are storing the list of products. So I'm having a product called shirt. I have a product called pants and shoes, stationaries, whatever maybe. So the list of products are there and the varieties are there. So obviously in shirt, if I take, there will be different brands, size, different options would be there. So all these data, the master information, I have to keep it somewhere. So ideally we will keep it in a database in the real IT development. But if I don't know, like I had to know about you guys, like whether you're from IT or non-IT. So I'm taking a simple example of Excel sheet because at least Excel sheet would have seen it in a college days. That's why I'm taking this. So in an Excel sheet, you are maintaining all those things. So you need an infrastructure. You need one data storage related aspect. Okay, it can be a table or it can be a storage. So you need it. So these two things. So what you did is you purchase the license for the Excel and you started using it. So you are running the business. What has happened is your dream is to run one website to have a billions of customers. So in that case, what we will do is like one desktop is not going to support me, one laptop is not enough for me. So what you did is you want to widen your business, so you are purchasing lots and lots of hardware to support lot of users. So likewise you have invested, but one fine day you feel that this business is not going as per your expectation, so you want to come out of the business. It's not that easy because you have invested a lot in terms of hardware, in terms of procuring your license software, and you invested a lot on the manpower also because you are not the only one who is going to run the business. So you need somebody who has developed that website, you need somebody who tested it, and if you are using a Excel or any other installation, you need the related techies there, right? So you appointed all those people, so overnight you cannot stop and come out of it. So these are the things we face it in the real time business. So I have taken an example of a simple, like you are running one small business, I've taken, right? Just taken an example of an enterprise application. Same thing there also will happen. That is, if we are running an enterprise application where lots and lots of users would be there, you have to invest a lot on the hardware. So I have taken an example of a simple desktop or a laptop, but in the real time, in the on premises. On premises is nothing but your organization will own a building. Okay, real time it will be a building. Technically, they say data center. So it's a building which consists of all the servers, all the network related items. Everything will be placed in a building that we call it as data center. So there all my informations will be available and somebody should be there to maintain it. The hardware related informations they have to maintain, and once they maintain, we have to use a manpower. Okay, so for everything, so if I'm using a routers and switches and all, means my developer may not be able to handle it. I need a separate techie for it to handle the routers and switches in the data center. And same thing for the investment also. I have taken an example, that is, I want to extend my business. So I know I will be having a big billion sale day, but in a year it will happen for only few days. Maybe at maximum of 10 days I will have the sale. But the remaining 350 plus days, I don't need that much of hardware. But still, if you are using an on premises, you have to invest, you have to plan for the big billion day in advanced manner, and you have to purchase all the hardware. Okay, if you want like 10 machines or 20 machines or 30 machines, you have to purchase. You have to keep it in your data center, that is, you have to keep it in your building, and whatever supply is needed, you have to provide it. Cooling agent, you have to arrange it. Power supply, you have to take care of it. Any software installation, maintenance, you have to handle it. If in case you are using one software that is outdated, you have to go for the upgrade. Any software if you are using and it's having security problem, you have to go for the patch update, security vulnerability checking. Frequently you have to do all this maintenance activity. everything leads to a cost here. So these are the challenges when I go for a on premises I'll be facing. That is, first, hardware would be a challenge. I don't know how many machines I need. I'm starting my business with a small scale, but over a period of time I'm planning to increase. But I have to have a like a vision. So in that way I have to invest a lot upfront investment. I have to do whether I'm using the 30 machine today or not. I'm planning for a big billion sale day during the Christmas week. So obviously I have to purchase everything and keep it ready now itself. Because it is not that one day work. I have to install a lot of softwares and connectivity, everything I have to check and keep it ready. So it will take a lot of days. So I have to upfront invest now itself, a 6 month before itself, or a 7 month before itself I have to plan. And if I have the infrastructure, I have to maintain it, the software update or security scanning, everything I have to take care. And for that, I need manpower. If I have to do all those things, it add lots and lots of cost. So this is the challenge I have it in on premises. That's why people are going into the concept called cloud computing. So in cloud computing, what we are doing here is, what is cloud computing? Let's first understand that. So I believe some of you have a chance to visit the browsing center concept. Okay, now everything we have it in a mobile. You can access the internet in the mobile. But few years back, I would say like 2 decades back, we don't have the feasibility of having the internet. So there will be a common place called browsing center where there will be a lot of desktops would be there with the internet connectivity. So students who want to do a project, or students who wants to do like studies or something which they have to get it from browser, or to check even the emails, what they will do is they will go to the browsing center and they will use their internet there. Even for the video games plays and all, people were using that only to take some printouts, okay, to write something on the CDs, floppies. These are all past days, but those are the concept we were using there. So when we are doing those informations, what we will do here is we will do one on demand availability. That is, we will go, we will use a resource, computer resource, the internet, the computer, everything we will use it, and we will pay for a hourly basis. That is, for 1 hour you will be paying like some bucks you will pay and you will utilize it. So on a demand basis, you will have your computer resource available in the browsing center. Same thing it is happening in the cloud also. That is, on demand availability of your computer resource, especially your data, storage, and computing power, because that is the main need of all the projects, right? Even the simple example which I have taken, what they were telling, they were talking about this information. That is, compute service, your infrastructure is needed, and your storage is needed. So these are the things people are going. So in the cloud also, say you are the student, like you want to do a project, means you can very well go and utilize the cloud computing for the development of your project. You have to pay only for what you have used. If you are using a virtual machine for just 2 hours of time, you'll be paying only for that. You're not going to pay for the entire month. If you are using a storage for a lesser amount of hour, then only for those hours you are going to pay. So the cloud is bringing in the concept of pay as you go model. That is, you have to pay only for what you are using. Cloud can have n number of feature. It doesn't mean that I register to Azure cloud means I'll be paying for everything. If I'm using only one virtual machine with only one storage account, I will be paying only for that. I don't need to pay for any other artificial intelligence or cognitive service informations and all. So the cloud computing model, it's bringing in this concept. Next thing is why I need it. Okay, so why I can go for it is lower operating costs. As I told you in the previous on-premises comparisons, I was getting some challenges. That is, whether I'm using or not, big billion sale day I plan for a Christmas, but still I purchased the 30 machines today itself because I want to keep it ready for the upcoming big billion sale day. But here there is no such requirement. We have a concept called auto scaling in cloud. So using this auto scaling, what we can do here is we can very well increase the number of machines. Say today you are running your project with only two machines. It is fine for your project to run because lesser number of users are there for your online shopping app. So you are surviving with that. But over a period of time, if your load is increased, if the number of users are increased, you can very well increase a machine with, I would say that quickly you can bring the concept of auto scaling from two machines to five machines or 10 machines. You can very well increase. Again, there is no manual intervention is needed. Your cloud is going to do it automatically if you set everything, if you configure everything upfront, stating that if my load is increased by 10%, then bring in two machine. If my load is increased by 20%, like yesterday I have only 5 users to my website, so two machines is fine for me. Today 15 users are added, so 15 users are using my website, so I need more machine, so two more machines I can add. So I don't need to do a manual analysis each and every time to see like how many users are logging to my website, what is the usage of my website. No need of all those things. Everything is a auto scaling. That is, if I configure what the load I'm expecting for this load, how many machines I can add it, if all are configured, the auto scaling will come into picture, and on demand I can increase the load. And if the load is decreased, then obviously I don't need the 10 machines or 15 machines, right? Previously I was running my website with only two machines. Yes, you can bring down your machine count also to two. So by this auto scaling, that is on demand, if your website is in need of lot of machine, you are increasing. Your website is in need of lesser load, like if it is lesser in load, then you can very well decrease it. By doing this auto scaling, you can manage your cost incorporated with that, because when you are using 10 machine, you will be paying for the 10 machine. So if you are using for 24 hours or 48 hours, only for that you are going to pay for it. If you are using the machine that is only two machines or only three machines for the 1 month of time frame, so you will be paying less. So auto scaling is one of the important feature in cloud, I would say, which will bring in the concept of on demand supply, so you can reduce the cost in a overall picture. Your project cost will be reduced when you go for this cloud computing. So it is lowering my operating cost and scale as your business go high. So these are the two things we are doing. Okay, so this is called cloud computing. What is cloud computing? It is on demand availability. If I need a virtual machine, if I need a, see, it's simply like you want to do one small project. Okay, you don't need to really go and buy a new laptop. You can go for a cloud computing concept, your college project, or if you are planning to do one small POC for your application in a company, you can very well go for a cloud computing concept. You can use it for 1 month of time. You can pay for it and you can come out of it. You don't need to really purchase a new laptop with higher configurations and all these informations. No need of it. And one important thing here is the license and all. Okay, that I will cover it in the Azure side. So you have an option to carry your license, like if you're already holding any license in your on premises, you can very well carry to the cloud environment and you can reuse it. So with that you can reduce your license cost also. So the beginning stage, so which is called cloud. Next is on-prem versus cloud. The same thing, whatever discussed in the previous two slides, like the same thing here also. That is, when I am using on-premises, it is a fixed payment for the entire usage period, because I purchased the 30 machines now itself and I kept it in my data center in the building. Okay, whether I'm using it or not, I already purchased it, so it will be added into my fixed payment. But in cloud, today I'll be using only two machines. Only on the big billion sale day, I'll be in need of 10 machines or 15 machines. So I'll be increasing the machines count to the required number of machines. After the big billion sale day, that is after 2 days or 3 days, again I will bring down the number of machines to two or three. So low upfront investment, but all time cost. Okay, we have to manage accordingly. Next thing is implementation may take sometimes. So when I go for this implementation wise, in on premises, lot of approval process would be there, procurement should be there. So if you want to purchase one small machine, if you are in IT field, you already know this. Even the same thing, you want to purchase a laptop, means what you will do, you will do a lot of analysis, and you will see the configuration of the laptop, what is the RAM size it has, what is the CPU, everything you will analysis the core informations and all. And you will place a order, okay, PO in a company. If you're working, obviously you have to raise some order request, and you won't go and purchase this directly, right? You will have a separate team, they have to approve it, that team will go and purchase it, the installation. So many challenges are there in the on premises. But in the cloud environment, I'm using a virtual machine of lesser configuration, but I want to increase the configuration, means it will be done in few minutes, okay, I would say at maximum of few hours you can complete it. You don't need to wait for a week or month of time like in on premises. So quick start within one day, that is the main important thing people are approaching the cloud. So in on premises, you need to wait for a week or month of time. So here you have your security, everything you have it control. I would say that even in this cloud, the security is managed by the vendor. There is a concept called shared responsibility. So the underlying infrastructure or the software related things and all, the cloud provider will take the responsibility of security. But what are application you are deploying, so you are the one who is creating one application, developing the application. So something related to the application, the application owner, that is the IT company, or you are the one who is doing this application, means you will be taking the responsibility. So I'll be explaining the shared responsibility model also, what and all the cloud provider will take care, what and all the end user should take care. So security wise, I see that it is balanced. So but the responsibility wise, in cloud it is a shared responsibility, but in the on premises it's entirely your own responsibility. You have to take the end to end security aspect. And if you want to manage any sensitive information, okay, so both the sides you can have like now the cloud providers are coming up with lot of features to maintain the sensitivity of the data. So but the only thing is you should know what are the features available, then you can efficiently use those informations in the cloud environment. Okay, so so far I was talking, so as I told in the previous session, I'll be covering on the cloud concepts first, because this cloud concept is common for your AWS, Azure and GCP. So all these public cloud providers are following the same terminologies and techniques. I want you to be comfortable with the cloud terminologies, because slowly we will be jumping into the Azure concept. First, if you know what is cloud, then we can jump into the Azure. As I shown yesterday, we will be driving our training in the portal only, Azure portal only. Initial 1 or 2 days only you will be seeing this PPT a lot. But after you are comfortable with the cloud concept, the theoretical things are all over, you will be seeing only the portal. So I'll be showing the portal, how to create your account, your free trial account, how you create your virtual machine, how you can have your security informations, your network. So all these things we will be seeing from portal. But these are all the basic terminology you should understand. That's why we are touching upon these things, okay, the basic informations related to the cloud computing. So here I was talking about this cloud computing, right? Yes, cloud concepts are there, but there are different models are available for us. So we are going to discuss about that also now. So cloud, I was telling, it is not like all clouds is going to function the same, because as a end user, I have different requirement. So I feel that I want less cost. Sometimes I feel that I'm ready to pay more, but I want more security. So, depend upon the end user request, the cloud providers are giving different options. So, first let's see the widely used one in the market, which is called public cloud. So, public cloud is nothing but the Azure we are going to discuss, right? So, it's one of the famous public cloud in the market. So, it is owned and operated by a cloud service provider. So, in our case, it is a Azure. Microsoft is the one who is providing the Azure cloud to us. So not only this, the other public cloud providers are Amazon provided AWS, Google provided GCP. Okay, the Google cloud provider. So these are the things, three famous public cloud providers in the market or the competitors in the market. So what they are doing is they are providing the hardware, software, and the supporting infrastructure, and they are owning it, they are managing it. See, if I want a infrastructure, the previous on-premises example, what I did, I was purchasing one building. In the building, I kept all the servers. So in that servers, like if I want to maintain the cooling things, I have to do arrangements for the cooling agents, and power supply I have to take care. And any shutdown is there, or any natural commodities is happening there, flood, earthquake, whatever is happening, I'm the one who has to take care of the entire responsibility for a backup or any other disaster recovery plan and all. But in the case of the public cloud providers, what is happening is I don't know where the data center is available. So in India itself, we have three different places where Azure is providing the data centers, but it doesn't mean that I have to visit the data center. Even without visiting the data center, even without knowing where it is actually available and all, I can very well start using it. If some problem is happening at one of the data centers, say for example I'm using the one at Mumbai, and some problem is happening, means it is a responsibility of the Azure to come up with a plan for the disaster. I don't need to really give importance to the flood in Mumbai or the earthquake in Mumbai, because everything will be handled by the cloud provider itself. The responsibility of owning and managing the infrastructure will be in the cloud provider side itself. So that is a main feature. We are all depending on the cloud computing model. So the public cloud is nothing but it will be a shared concept. So the cost wise it will be less comparatively with your private cloud, because the same data center, I've taken an example of Mumbai, right? So in the same Mumbai data center, you can have your application code, I can have my application code, or other your friend also can have some storage there. So all three of us are sharing the same data center. The underlying infrastructure would be same. So we are all going for the shared concept, right? So obviously the cost will be less comparatively with the private cloud, because we are not asking for a dedicated data center or dedicated infrastructure. So public cloud, when we can go, if you are okay to go for a shared infrastructure, you can very well go for the public cloud options. Next thing is private cloud. Okay, this is used like you are running one enterprise application and you feel that I don't want to share my infrastructure with any other organization. I want to have my own resource. So in that cases, especially this will be used with a big financial or bank related or any sensitive data related customers and all, what they will do is for that business they will go for the private cloud. So here the computing resource will be used extensively by single business or organization. So it will be physically located on the company's on-site data center. That is, it will be a place more or less, it will be on the on-premises concept itself, or it will be near to the organization. So this is how it is designed, the private cloud concept. So when the private cloud we can choose, if your organization is not ready for the shared concept, they feel that I want my own data center, so which with all the cloud features, yes, we can go for the private cloud. The charge wise, it will be a little bit more when compared to your public cloud. Next thing is hybrid cloud. So hybrid cloud is nothing but combination of public and private. So there are some customers who feel that I want security, but at the same time, I want some flexibility on the cost also. So what they will do is they will combine these two. So for some layers, say you have some data layer kind of thing, so there you will keep all your sensitive informations. For that, they will go for the private cloud. But for some small app generation or some jobs you are doing, so for that they feel that it is good to go in a shared concept. I'm okay with that because I don't want to invest a lot for this a particular application. This is not that much of sensitive application, because if you take an organization, it is not that only one application they will be having. Okay, so the online shopping app itself, though I'm saying a single website, right, in the back end there will be n number of small applications should be there. So something like all this um, garments related thing, they will have one application, and something related to cosmetics, they will have one application. So like that they will have different small application in the back end. So the company will have hundreds of applications. In that application, they will categorize which is business critical, which is of less priority. They will categorize. So based upon the business criticality, they will choose these application can be in the private cloud, these application can be in the public cloud. So they will decide. So they will distribute the load. So why they are going for this concept is, they are going for this concept for the flexibility. Okay, at the same time they will work on the security aspect also and the cost also, so all the aspect they can cover. So nowadays with my experience, I feel that people started using this hybrid model a lot. Okay, this hybrid model and multi cloud, this concept I see that lot of customers are using on the real time, because they want to take the advantage of all these things. Okay, so private cloud also they want to use, public cloud also they want to use. There are some customers who use a combination of two public clouds also. Something they will keep it in Azure, something they will keep it in AWS. Combination of these two also they are doing. Sometimes they will use Oracle cloud also. So now this cloud providers, this Azure is coming up with the option of whatever may be your requirement, we are here to support you. If you want to use a multi-cloud option, yes, we will support you. Whichever you can keep it in Oracle, you can keep remaining things and all, you can very well keep it in Azure. So we make sure the connection between the Azure and Oracle. So that type of user friendliness, you can see it in the cloud computing concept. So hybrid is widely used one in the market. Last one, it's community cloud. So this I would say that it is meant specifically for a group of organization, where they will have same set of business, their requirement, the compliance, everything are same, means they will fall under the category of community cloud. Okay, so one simple example is army related things. Okay, if they want to keep something secured, at the same time they want to keep it in a community based aspect, means they will go for the community cloud concept. Okay, so here it is a type of hybrid cloud only, where this infrastructure or the Azure services, everything will be shared with the multiple organization, but they should be from same community or industry. So that is why the community cloud. So but in your real time, I would say if you are working for an IT organization, the top three things are the one you will be using widely. So the public, private, and hybrid clouds. The community cloud will be used for a different aspects, like as I told you, the army related aspects and all coming, or any country like China will have their own community. So that things you can see it there. But on the whole, the top three are the one you will be using widely in your day-to-day project. Okay, so next thing is your cloud deployment model. So with this, I will end today's session. I'll be explaining this deployment model, because these are the important concepts in cloud. If you take any cloud provider, they will have this concept for sure. So for this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one simple example, that is I have a business trip. Okay, so or you are planning to have a visit to Hyderabad. Okay, you have a business trip, like your organization is telling you, that is you have to attend one conference in Hyderabad. So you are planning to visit there. So it is just 2 3 days of business trip, a conference you are planning to attend. So what you will do, you will go there, you will book one hotel and you will stay there, and you will order the food from the hotel. So you will utilize all the furnitures, everything from the hotel, and you will pay for it. So how many days you are there, you are going to pay for it, and you will vacate the room. Once your business trip is over, you will go back to your home. This is one. If in case you have to visit Hyderabad, your business trip, like you have to do a training, and that is for 1 month of time. Okay, so you have to stay for 1 month. So what you feel is, instead of staying in a hotel for 1 month, you plan for, like, you thought like, why can't I go for a service apartment, because you want to prepare your own food, or you want to take your family also along with you. So you decided that I will rent one service apartment. I'll stay there for 1 month of time, and I will have the furnitures. It's all inbuilt. I have my kitchen set up, so my family can cook there. We will eat, and I will take care of my training, and I can take care of my personal things also in the service apartment. And I will be paying for the stay for that 1 month of time. This is another option. If in case, like, you got a job in Hyderabad, so you have to shift your home there. So what you will do, you will go for the concept of renting one home. Okay, so what you will do is, you will get one empty room rented. So in that empty room, you will set your home, like you will move your own furnitures, whatever it is needed, you will be moving everything there. So you will take care of the entire home setup, but you rented that house because you shifted to Hyderabad. You have your home own house in some other place, for example. So these are the three things we will do it for any travel. So the same thing is will be we will be doing with the deployment model, which I'm projecting in the screen. The very first thing is infrastructure as a service. So what is this infrastructure as a service is going to do me here is, say I want a virtual machine. So in that case, what I can do, I can go for the renting of the infrastructure, that is the server, virtual machine, storage, network. So with the operating system, I can rent the infrastructure, I will get the virtual machine, but I will install the application by myself. I have my own that online shopping app I was telling, right? So I will deploy the application by myself. For the application to deploy, if I need one, any WebLogic, any Tomcat, any web server is needed, I will do the deployment by myself. I will do all the environment setup by myself, but the underlying infrastructure only I just rented from the cloud provider. So I'll be going to pay for that. But in that infrastructure, I mounted my application by myself. So no, the cloud provider doesn't support me. Like I asked them, give me the infrastructure alone. Exactly like the rented house. So you rented one house. In that house, you did all the setup. How you want your like your things to be set up, you are doing. Where to fix your television, where to fix your AC, everything you are taking care of yourself. You call the electrician, you call your the support people, and you are doing all these things by yourself, right? Similarly, in the infrastructure as a service, the infrastructure, that is the in our case, what is a simple example I have taken? Your laptop. Okay, the laptop is provided to you. In that laptop, you are installing the video game app. For the app to work, whatever is needed, you are doing by yourself. If you are not able to do it, you took help from your friend or any other technician and doing, right? Same thing in the infrastructure as a service. For the WebLogic to install, you took the help from the WebLogic SME. Or if you're using a Tomcat, you will call that particular SME. So I'm just taking few example. Say you're running one test script in that, like you are running one Jmeter, you are running one LoadRunner. So the purchasing of LoadRunner, installing that software, setting up the software, recording of the performance script, everything you are doing by yourself. So nothing, no support. So plain infrastructure only. You got it from cloud provider and you are using. That is called infrastructure as a service. So what you are going to do, you are going to pay only for the infrastructure which you have got from the cloud provider. The rented house, what, only for the house you are going to pay. So all other things are your own thing. You got your own furniture, you got all your electronic items, everything, it's your own thing, right? So you are going to pay only for the room rent. So that is what you are doing in the infrastructure as a service. Next thing is platform as a service. In short, we call it as PaaS. Okay. So what they are going to do here is, this is your service apartment. So service apartment means what? I have a furnished one. I have furnitures, I have my fridge, my kitchen setup, everything is available. I'm going to use that for service apartment for 1 month of time. I'm going to use all the appliances in that apartment. Only what I'm going to do, I'm going to buy the veggies and all those things to prepare my food, and any other small electrical things or a small things I have to do, that alone I'm going to do. But the maintenance wise, support wise, everything will be from the owner end. So owner has to take care of the support. Partially he will do it, but on top of it, if I want to prepare something, the meal preparation, I have to purchase the required things. Same thing in the platform as a service, they will give you the setup, a underlying setup they will give you. Okay, so let's, for example, I want to use one database. For that, they will give, the cloud provider will give me the database setup. They will say, oh, you are planning for a SQL database, yes, we have an option for it. So you can very well go for the platform as a service. So apart from the infrastructure which is told in the very first option, infrastructure as a service, that is, you will have your laptop. In the laptop, operating system will be available, so Windows, if you are looking for, that will be added. On top of it, the SQL software will also be added with the predefined configuration and other things. But what I have to do, only the required table creation, user ID creation, that alone I'll be doing as per my project need. So the underlying setup for my project, so if I'm a person who wants to develop a DB related the things, means the database will be provided to me in the platform as a service. Only the connections related to that, table creation, because table they cannot give, Azure cannot give, because my project, my online shopping app need a product table, need a seller information table. So it is my own requirement, so it will change from customer to customer, right? So Azure cannot provide, they will give the database to us. So it's like they will give the Excel sheet to you. In that Excel sheet you have to fill what are the products you have it in your website. Okay, previously in the infrastructure as a service, they don't even give you the Excel sheet, but now in the platform as a service, they install the MS Office, Office 365 in your laptop, and they gave you the Excel sheet to you. So this Excel sheet, it's up to you how you can manage it. You can add your product information, seller information, delivery information, everything you can have, and you can keep it. This is called platform as a service. So platform as a service, what is a real-time example? Service apartment. So you will have a infrastructure, you have a pre-built furnitures. So you are going there, staying there, and the 30 days you are staying, right? For that, you need something to stay, whatever it is needed, that alone you are adding. And when you go back, you will take those things and you will pay for it. Okay. So this is platform as a service. Finally, we have something called software as a service. This is equivalent to your hotel stay. So I don't need to really worry about like filling up the tank with the water or preparing meal preparation, buying veggies, fruits. No, I will stay in the hotel. They will take care of the housekeeping activities, everything, cleaning up my room, everything they will take care. If I order, they are going to deliver that to my room. I will eat it, and I'm going to pay for my room and for the food, whatever I have ordered. That's it. So, but everything they are going to support me. My accommodation, complete thing, they are going to support me. I don't need to really look for all this aspect. Okay, if nothing, something is not working, I'll make a call to the reception. They will send that corresponding person to take care of that fault in the room. So this is called software as a service. So real time example I've told you, but in the software field, what is the example? You guys are using the Office 365 web version is there, right? So previous days, like you will have the software, you will install in your laptop and you will started using it. Nowadays, if you go and type office.com, it will open the information for you, like you have to log in with your user ID and password, then you can start using it. This is the approach all the companies are using. This is a good example for the software as a service, that is a method for delivering a software application. So the cloud provider will host and manage the software, and making it easy for the end user. Okay, the same application can be available in all your devices, because if you have a Office 365 online account, office.com, you can open it in your laptop, you open it in your desktop, you can open it in your mobile phone also. So same user ID and password combination you are going to use. Your data will be carried to the different machines, but you are not going to worry about the underlying storage, infrastructure, downtime, disaster recovery, nothing. The provider is going to take care of all those things. So that is called software as a service. Now you got an example, like clear idea about what is infrastructure as a service. This is like you are renting one house in a location, and you are building everything by your own, like you are moving your own furnitures, whatever things you electronics you need, you are moving, and you are going to pay for only the empty room. Okay, next thing is platform as a service. This is equivalent to a service apartment. That is, partially you will have the pre-built things, the furnitures will be there. So you have to, if you want, as per your need, for your meal preparation, you are going to buy the required things, and all other things will be already available. This is the platform as a service. The example, IT example, is your Oracle or the SQL DB. You want it in a cloud environment, means they are going to provide. So infrastructure they will provide, that is the compute, the virtual machine they will provide. On top of it, this Oracle or the SQL DB also they will install, and they will provide it to you. This is called platform as a service. And third thing is a software as a service. This is like hotel stay, so you don't need to really worry about the infrastructure, maintenance, nothing. Everything will be done from the cloud provider. The IT example for the software as a service is Office 365, the online web version we are using, right? That is the example for the cloud deployment model in the software service. Okay, so with this I'm ending today